Somewhere beneath the farms and tourist hotels of Cappadocia, an entire city sleeps in the dark. Not a tomb, not a mine. A refuge engineered to outlast the world above. Derinkuyu, the deepest excavated underground city in Turkey, and one of the most unsettling proofs that complexity does not only rise toward the sky. This is a vertical scan, a descent through engineered silence. What does it mean to vanish downward? In 1963, a man in the town of Derinkuyu knocked down a wall in his basement. Behind it, a tunnel. Not a cellar, not a root cellar. A corridor that kept going. Archaeologists would eventually map a labyrinth extending more than 60 meters below the surface. 8 levels open to visitors today, with evidence of many more sealed or collapsed. The city was not built in a single century. It was expanded, level by level, chamber by chamber. A palimpsest of fear and ingenuity carved into soft volcanic tuff. And Derinkuyu is not alone. Dozens of underground complexes honeycomb this region, some connected by tunnels kilometers long. Whatever drove people below ground, it was not a one-time emergency. It was a strategy. Walk the city in your mind, not as a tourist with a flashlight, but as an engineer reading a system. Descend the levels in order, and the city reads like a manual. Upper floors for livestock and storage, middle floors for living, lower floors for worship and long-duration refuge. Level by level, the design reveals intent. Ventilation shafts, some more than 50 meters deep, pull fresh air to the lowest floors. Wells penetrate rock to water tables isolated from surface contamination. Stables, kitchens, wine presses, storage rooms, churches with arched ceilings, schoolrooms. A city does not carve schoolrooms into bedrock unless generations expect to remain. The passages narrow to force single-file movement, a defensive choice. And then there are the doors. Massive rolling stones cut to fit corridor grooves, operable from only one side. Medieval bunker logic, implemented in antiquity. Estimates of capacity vary, but researchers believe Derinkuyu could shelter thousands, perhaps many thousands, for extended periods. Not a weekend hideout. A subterranean metropolis designed for siege time measured in months. From orbit, Cappadocia looks like a weathered moonscape. Fairy chimneys, eroded valleys, ordinary life on the surface. Tourist balloons drift over the ridges at dawn. The scan tells a different story. Beneath the postcard, a vertical civilization waits in negative space. Rooms connected by corridors, tight as arteries. Shafts open to the sky like lungs. Every chamber is a decision frozen in rock. The soft tuff of Cappadocia invites carving. Phrygian peoples may have begun the earliest levels in the first millennium BCE. Simple storage and refuge chambers that grew over time. The Hittite era is often invoked. Later expansions align with periods when Anatolia convulsed with invasion and raid. By the Byzantine centuries, when Arab incursions swept the plateau, underground Christianity may have made these cities livable for long stretches. Chapels cut into rock, communal kitchens, the infrastructure of survival without sunlight. Ottoman periods brought new uses, new closures, new forgetting. Each layer is not merely deeper, it is later. A civilization retreating not outward across oceans, but inward through geology. And when the pressure above eased, many chambers were deliberately sealed, filled, closed, forgotten, not destroyed, hidden. That distinction matters. Abandonment here looks like camouflage. But why vanish below? Because the surface became uninhabitable in pulses. War, raid, famine, political fracture. Because soft rock made it possible. Because human networks remembered how to reopen old tunnels, widen old rooms, pass the knowledge of the doorstones to the next generation. In that sense, Derinkuyu is not a single civilization. It is a relay. Many peoples inheriting the same refuge, improving it, sealing it, losing it, rediscovering it by accident in a modern basement. Derinkuyu is a monument to adaptive collapse. When the system above fails, complexity does not always end. Sometimes it migrates, it compresses, it learns to breathe through shafts instead of windows. The people who lived here were not less advanced than their surface contemporaries. They were operating inside a threat model we rarely teach, one where visibility is vulnerability. Derinkuyu does not prove lost super-civilizations, it proves something more practical and more disturbing. Our map of where cities can exist is incomplete. We imagine ruins as open-air temples and sunlit grids, but the deep past also built in shadow, vertically, defensively, in rock that forgives no mistake. Today, ground-penetrating radar and LiDAR continue to find voids we missed, rooms still sealed, tunnels still unexplored. The city beneath the city is not finished speaking. The scan completes. Somewhere under a modern kitchen wall, a corridor may still wait behind plaster and stone. Vanished horizons, the earth remembers. We are learning to listen, even in the dark,